Hi everyone, hope you're having a great week, great day. What I wanted to talk to you about today was a really simple thing that it's probably a bugbear of mine, and I don't know why agents do it, although I'll get to that in a minute. I think I do know why they do it, although why they don't do it. And I was referred to an agent for me to spend some time with in terms of some one-on-one coaching or an initial consultation over the phone with this agent. And the agent didn't know about it. It was actually through a franchise group, not that that matters, but I do get referrals from time to time, and I actually made contact with this agent. Now that was around about 7 days ago, towards the end of last week, and what I'm getting to is the topic of today's clip, and that is that why is it that some agents, and I think it's an alarming high percentage of agents, why don't agents return phone calls? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. So what I mean by that is that I made the approach. This franchise group said, look, we want you to do this consultation with this agent. We think that he could benefit from some work with you. That's how we get people started in a lot of cases. And I left a phone message for him last week. Now, he didn't know who I was. And that's the problem, I think, that I could have been a potential vendor, I could have been a buyer, I could have had an investment property that I wanted to list with him. As real estate agents, you receive phone calls from people all the time. And to this day, I still have not heard from him, and obviously he's not the right agent to work with, because just little things like that he's not doing in his business. That how many phone calls does he get a day that he doesn't return, or how many phone calls does he get a week that he doesn't return? That's obviously not a good sign for him. And I've seen it year after year after year, that agents don't return phone calls. It's just a really simple thing, either to buyers. I've heard complaints from buyers that we never hear from the agent. In fact, my wife and I had an experience recently as well where we had to actually call an agent local to us and leave, I think, 3 messages for them to give us a call back. Now, we could have been calling about anything in particular, and it took a number of times for us to follow up the agent in order for the agent to ring us back. Now, one little tip I think that I wanted to add to this was that one thing I used to do in my diary, in any given week, that you had numerous inquiries coming into the office or coming through to your phone on a daily or weekly basis. I always allocated around about 30 to 40 minutes at the end of the week, typically on a Friday afternoon, around sort of 3:30 in the afternoon on a Friday. I ran a paper diary at that stage, and if I made a phone call to a potential contact and I left a message with that particular person, I'd always highlight it and put a little M after their name and circle it, which means I've tried to contact that person, I've left a message for them. So then at the end of the week, if I haven't actually heard back from that person, I would actually re-call that person. So ring them back, go through my diary, ring that person again, and try and make that connection, try and get that connection with that person. So that's a good little tip, to go back and re-ring those people or recall those people to try and get that connection going. Because if you don't know the name, if it's not familiar to you, you don't know why they're calling you. You've got no idea why they're calling you. But it's just as I said, it's a bit of a bugbear of mine. Why don't agents return phone calls? I think it's the little things that agents aren't doing, which puts the other agents, I think a category above them in terms of professionalism, in terms of certainly their income level, and just how they're going about their daily basis. Just little things, and I think the reason why agents don't do it, because it's easy to do it, but it's also easy not to do it. I just didn't get around to ringing that person back, and then you're into the next day, and that day's full of activities and tasks, and you just don't get around to it. So there's a little tip: return phone calls. Guys, if you get anything out of this clip at all, return phone calls on the day you receive them, and you'll be a cut above the other agents out there. Such a little thing, but you start doing that and it'll make the world of difference to your business. And then go back at the end of your week, make about a 30 or 40 minute time at the end of your week on a Friday typically, and go back through your diary or go back through your phone and say, oh, I haven't connected with that person. Ring them back, try and get that connection going. So I hope you get something out of this. Just a little thing, but it could make the world of difference to your business. Great to hear comments from you, and look forward to talking to you on the next clip. Have a great day.